what's up? Thank you guys. If you watch this whole thing, just thank you already. I want to talk about racism, but it's not racism like you normally think of a video about racism. But it's something that it kind of bugs me, and I just want to get it off my chest. And you guys who watch the whole videos, I can drone on, but whatever. So I still want you to know how I feel if you watch the whole thing. So I'm driving towards the interstate through Illinois, and I came upon this truck stop a rest stop I just happened to stop at. And while I was walking up, I noticed inside, there was a plaque, and I was less than half a mile from one of the crossings for the Trail of Tears. And this really got me thinking. You know, guys, if you don't know what the Trail of Tears was, you had, I think he was just a general at the time, Andrew Jackson. I don't think he was president yet. I'll look it up, and if my story's wrong, I'll make another video and correct it. But what happened is the government forcibly removed a lot of the Indians from their land and sent them out west, which is why you have Indian reservations, because the land was reserved for them. We're getting on 24 east towards Paducah, Kentucky now. And so they, as they were sent out, of course they didn't have trains at the time, so they had to walk. And thousands, I don't know an accurate number, but I'm positive it was in the thousands upon thousands of people died on the Trail of Tears. And then as I continued, I saw down this road that was still like a half a mile from where they walked. And so, to think about, they would have been in that area. Because it wasn't just like they all walked in a single file line. It was just a mass migration. I'm sure some of them walked in the area where I was driving and where I was standing at the truck stop or rest stop. And, it got me thinking. And don't get me wrong, I live in Florida, but, I'm not a rebel rouser. I'm not the South Shall Rise Again guy. But, I think this Methodist, well, even just as a human being, not even just a Methodist, I think slavery is absolutely wrong. But, and hold on before you click exit. Listen to why I say but. As wrong as slavery was, I think it's more wrong to be banning the rebel flag and taking down all these statues. First of all, the rebel flag, as you know it, the stars and bars, was actually General Beauregard's battle flag. It wasn't the actual flag of the Confederate States of America. The rebelling force, as I see it. It wasn't their actual flag. So the actual flag of the Confederate States still hasn't been banned anywhere. Most people don't even know what it actually looked like. Google it. But that being said, we want to ban all these flags and we want to take down all these statues because we see them as racist. Well, first of all, if you actually delve into history for a minute, you will learn that the civil rights is not about slavery. Lincoln made it about slavery when he issued the Emancipation Proclamation as a brilliant political move, but it was not originally about slavery. It was actually about basically in the end of the day, states' rights versus federal rights. Does the federal government have enough legal power to step in and tell the states what to do? And you have to remember, and not trying to do a whole history lesson, but you have to remember at that time, it was less than 100 years. It was only been 90-something years since people knew their states as colonies. We weren't the United States. And colonies were self-governing. Until we became the United States, there was no federal government. And so, a lot of people, when they went to fight, it wasn't about slavery, whether they could own slaves or not. It was about states' rights versus federal rights. And so, you had like General Grant. General Grant did not believe in slavery. He resigned his commission from the United States Army, and then, of course, it became Confederate officer because he felt that states' rights were more important. He was more loyal to his state of Virginia than he was to the United bunch of slave owners who are, getting their shotguns out and heading out to fight. When in reality, most, people don't know. It was most people who died in the Civil War were 16, 17, 18 years old or below. There were some 14, 15, there were some 12-year-olds as drummer boys. There was probably a 10-year-old drummer boy who would get shot. Drummer boy wasn't he wasn't wearing a bulletproof vest because he was because he was 10 or 12. So, we have this idea that, that it's hurtful to see, a General Lee statue, or it's hurtful to see a rebel flag. But in reality, like I said at the beginning of this video, I don't think about the Trail of Tears until I see a monument to it. And then it makes me think about how horrible it actually was. And so you want to take all these statues down, we want to ban everything. In reality, we're just trying to forget our own past. And when we forget our own past, we can't change the future. And so I caution anyone watching this who wants to say, oh, well, we should take this down because it's racist. And it brings back bad memories. In reality, good. I hope a monument brings back bad memories. Because unless you remember, you can't ensure it never happens again. I look at that Trail of Tears monument and think about how we can never do that to a people again. There's not really much opportunity for us to, find a whole new, move to a whole new land and uproot everyone and move them out. But it's the racism part of it. We thought that they were inferior to us. And so we decided that we wanted that land and they should just go live somewhere else. In the Civil War, we make it a thing about racism. And unfortunately, there were generals and there were soldiers who were bad. And they were racist. But at the end of the day, it begs the question, can we blame them? Because we're all a product of how we're raised. William Wilberforce, when he banned slavery in Europe, in England, he basically had to fight his whole life for it. And, it eventually got passed. But, he fought his whole life for something he never saw come to fruition. You fight your whole life for something, but if people down the road forget what you did, or forget the sacrifice of the sacrifices that slaves made. Some slaves actually fought for the Confederacy, by the way. They were former slaves, fought for the Confederacy. But anyways, we have this idea that we fight for something and we get it, and then we can just erase it. That's not the case. Don't forget where you came from. Don't forget who you are. Don't forget your people's past. Because that way you can ensure it never happens again. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I know this was long. Thank you. Have a great day. I'll see you guys later. Remember, stay positive and keep on trucking.